Hello, children. How are you all? Enjoyed your holidays? Enjoyed your New Year celebration? I hope so. And wish you all a happy New Year. Okay, let's start studying our chapter 8 Internet Online Surfing. Let us continue with the portion. We have studied a portion about what is the history of an internet, and also we have seen what are the uses of an internet, and we are going to start with our World Wide Web, the concept of World Wide Web. Okay, now World Wide Web is only a component of the internet that presents information inside a graphical interface. That is, graphical interface means that the interface that you are seeing right now on the screen is what is called as a graphical interface, where everything is coming to you in a pictorial manner, right? See, small picture icons are there, small buttons are there. Okay, so all these buttons and all are considered as a graphical representations. Okay, so the www, which we call it as a World Wide Web. Okay, the short form of the World Wide Web is www, that you are all familiar with this concept. Okay, it is only a part of our internet terminology which allows you to get information in a graphical interface. Okay, now when we are using a graphical interface or internet, what happens over there is a software that that allows you to access the internet. This software that allows you to access internet is what we call it as a client software. We call it as client software. Okay, the client software is used on. So some of the examples of client softwares are Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox. Okay, that is, the softwares that allows you to access the internet are known as client software. Now, this is one term that you have to be familiar with. Another term is the surfing. That is, when you are accessing or navigating the internet, okay, you are searching for the internet, all those things, when you are doing it up, we call it as a surfing. The term that is used is a surfing. Okay, so client software is one term that you have to familiar with. Surfing is another term. Now, you know that internet is a network. So, along with that, you have to be familiar that websites are the information source. That is, from the websites only we are collecting all the information that we need. Okay, all the information that we need are collected from the website. That's why we call websites as the information sources, where internet is a network. Okay, now how you are getting the information that you are searching for. Okay, these are provided from by servers. Server is another term that you have to familiar with. Server is a computer that will be having large capacity of storage, and which will be allowing you to access the internet facilities and all. Okay, so the servers are the one that is going to provide you with the content based on the request of the client. That is, client means me. For example, if I am searching for a particular food item, a recipe for a particular food item, then I am a client, and the servers will be providing what is the searching I have given. Accordingly, the servers will provide me with the content. Okay, now you also know as that all the websites addresses starts with www, which is a short form again for our World Wide Web. Okay, and but the address of the website is called, the address of a website is called Uniform Resource Locator. For example, when you're typing www.discovery.com, okay, so when I click on it, you can see that it will take me directly to a website. Okay, when I click on it, it will take me directly to a website. So the website is getting opened. You can see here discovery.com. The channel is getting opened up over here. Okay, so the discovery.com is, so even though it is just displaying discovery.com, but the address will be usually written as www.discovery.com, and that's why we call them as Uniform Resource Locator, or you call it also as URL. URL is a short form of Uniform U, resource R, and locator L. So URL, you have to be familiarized with this term. Okay, now comes the searching information. We want to, how will you search information? Okay, now when you are searching information in a computer through the internet, we use some programs or some softwares in our computer, and these programs are the one who is going to search for information from the web pages and provide for you, and these programs are what we call them as search engines. Okay, that's another term you have to familiarize with. Search engines, the programs which help you to search information from a group of web pages. We call them as search engines. And some of the examples are google.com, google yahoo.com, and www.18.com. See, all of them are starting with www. Okay, how will you search? Okay, you have to type in the search bar. For example, if I open Google, okay, when I open Google, you can see there's a search bar appearing over here. I have to type a question or I have to type a word and click on the search button. So what happens? Accordingly the searching will be done. You all are doing all these things, I know, very much playing with the computer and your mobiles and all. This is the same thing in the case of a mobile also. Okay, so we studied about 2-3 words. Client software, the software which allows access to the internet, we call them as client software. And when we are accessing or navigating in the internet, we call that surfing. And then we have servers which provides us information based on the request of the client, and we have to know that there's a address of the websites are known as uniform resource locator, or we call it as URL, where all the addresses starts with www. And the programs with which we are searching information is what we call it as search engines. Okay, now let us see some etiquettes over here. Okay, what are etiquettes or what are netiquettes? You are familiar with it. Let us see what is an etiquette. Okay, when you are saying what is an etiquette, what happens over there is that etiquette is a term that you are using when you are supposed to follow some common courtesy when you are in a society. Okay, like when you are eating. Okay, when you are eating, you should not open your mouth and chew. That is an etiquette. Okay, you have to close your mouth. You should not talk while eating. Okay, or you should not sit improperly in front of others like that, or anything. All these things we call them as etiquettes, common basic etiquettes. When you are entering a bus, you don't have to rush over you have to follow a common etiquette. When you see an old person climbing a public vehicle, if you are sitting over there, you are standing up and giving way for that person. Okay, it is a common etiquette that we are following. Okay, like that we have some common courtesies which we follow in our day-to-day life, and these common courtesies we are following knowingly or unknowingly is what we call as etiquettes. Now, in the case of internet, what happens is that when we are following this some common courtesies or rules in our internet usage, we call them as netiquettes. We call them as netiquettes. These are the rules created to ensure experience is pleasant for all. There is if I am trying to search for something and I get some improper answer for that, then what happens? I will get hurt. Okay, like that. So whatever we are doing in the net, using internet, it has to be pleasant for everyone, for the person who is using and the person who is receiving the message, everyone. So some of the basic rules are here written over here. Now you have to know that there's a term known as newbies. Newbies means it's a term that we are using in order to address a person who is new to the world of internet. For example, your grandfather or grandmother. Okay, in this age, if they are trying to learn something, so they can, when we are stepping into the world of internet, we call them as newbies. Okay, we don't call them, we address them as we just mention them as newbies. So we have to have patience to help them. Okay, help them in becoming acquainted with the internet. Have patience and try to guide them properly, slowly and patiently. Okay, that's the first rule, etiquette that you. Now, when you are asking questions to anyone, we should before asking questions to anyone, okay, we should ask to search for it in the internet also. Okay, you can go for the frequently asked questions like that. Some part is that can also be used. So instead of just disturbing everyone with some question or not, if it is available in the net, you can find it out from the net also. Then there comes when you are using capital letters, it has to be avoided, because when we are using capital letters, it is considered as rude. Okay, rudely you are shouting, you are angry, and you are expressing your emotion. That's what you call it as a usage of a capital letters when you are typing messages or you are sending emails like that. Okay, but the common English grammar usage has to be used. Okay, so that has to be done. So emotions are very important. Emotions, that is, you have to control your emotions, and then only you have to send uh, messages to anybody through WhatsApp or through email or whatever it is. Okay, you have to control yourself, because once it is being sent, it is very it can hurt the feelings of others very easily. Okay, now while referring to any cause, that is, you are taking quote of Albert Einstein, okay, or APJ Abdul Kalam, like that, though when we are using it over here, we have to we should use them as it is. You cannot change it. Okay, you cannot change it. That is what they have said, exactly like that you are supposed to use it. Okay, we cannot edit it, and we have to give the what is it, the copyright or the claim to the person who has already originally used it, like APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, so we have to mention the name also whenever you are using a quote. Okay, then never use pictures or images from the internet, even if they fulfill our requirement, because they may have copyright. Some of the pictures and images or videos that it's created is copyright protected. Copyright protected means just like the work that they have created without the permission, we are not supposed to use. Okay, that's what we call it as a copyright protected. So when we are using it without the permission, we are actually breaking out the copyright law. So in order to avoid that, we have to ensure that we are not using any images or anything like that without the permission. Now if and there are other free no copyright images or pictures also available. Okay, freely available, that can also be used. Okay, so then we should mind our language on the internet. Very good. That is an important point. You have to mind your language. Whatever you are using on the internet has to be uh, shows your dignity, or how much you are a good person, character wise, you are a good person. Okay, yeah, just by shouting whatever is coming into your mouth into the internet is not a proper at all. It's considered as an arrogant way, or it can be considered as a rude way. Okay, no spamming. That is a unnecessarily don't create messages and just go. Now, what are spams? Okay, as unwanted internet emails, we call them as spams. So that has to be avoided. Now, the content of any mail, that is when you are using an email, okay, the body of the email should be having connection or matching with the heading that you have given. All the body is having a connection with whatever you are giving as a subject. Okay, subject means a short form of whatever is mentioned over there has to be provided as, and this is some of the very basic etiquettes we are supposed to follow. Okay, very basic etiquettes you have to follow, and I do know that you are using all those things. Now we have to study about potential threats in cyber world. So let us continue with potential threats in cyber world. Okay, so that is when we are using an internet facility, it is open to everyone. You will be getting some problems when you are using, or you will be facing some issues when you are using a internet. So let us see what are these issues. The first one is when you are surfing botnet, we have a problem known as botnet, and these are the collection of software robots which are largely undetected. What happens over there is that there is a software robots are there. Okay, now when you are, you know how the zombies attack each one in the films, you have seen zombie films and all, the how they are attacking. Okay, they come in a group, or an army of them will come together and attack in the same way. So these botnets are being, or software robots which are generated by someone in the world, and they are controlled by the originator. okay, or the creator of the botnet software. Okay, and then what happens is that automatically this botnet or the software robots can send spams to your email and also can send malwares. Malwares means that you are going to study what is the malware later. Okay, that can also be done. So botnets are the software robots which are controlled by the creator of it and which comes in a group or an army and will be attacking you like anything and computers like anything, and they can create spam mails as well as malwares. The second one is distributed denial of service attack, also known as DDoS attack. Okay, now what happens is that when you are using an internet, okay, sometimes you will be getting now your net, only your net may be affected with the networking problem. The same in your same home, in your own home, there will be other person using another computer. Maybe he is not having any issue over there. It's like that. So what happens here is that this internet traffic volume will be increased automatically by this DDoS attack, and websites are getting slowed down. The usage of the website gets slowed down by the and for the users. And what happens, we will be blaming the internet company or the company that you have made use of it, and then we will be blaming them and we'll be trying to call them and make create an issue over this. So what happens is that this will be forcing the computer to automatically shut down. Okay, the system will be, the website will be automatically shut down or anything like that will happen. So this is a disturbed denial of service. That is our service is denied and it is disturbed. That's what it is known as. Okay, then comes the next one, that is our hacking. Hacking means it's a very familiar word for you people. Hacking means it's a person is attacking your computer or accessing your computer unauthorizedly. Okay, so what this is mainly done by cyber criminals, and there is a but in the when it is done by a police department people and all, it is also known as a good hacking. Okay, white hacking and black hacking is the, so good hacking hackers are there, also bad hackers are there. So hacking means they are trying to get access to your computer unauthorizedly. Okay, now I did tell you about malware when we were talking about botnet. So what is a malware? Malware means it is a software that infects our computer, software that is created by somebody and it is going to infect our computer. Infect means damage our computer. Okay, now farming means the fraud that is done online. Whatever you are doing online, any fraud behavior or fraud work that you are doing in the online is, we call it as a farming. Okay, phishing means in phishing involves tricking people by getting them to give their identity, like calling up a person and asking for the bank details or the credit card details and all. Okay, this is what we call it as a phishing. Okay, and so it is also known as spoofing. Okay, like sitting in a different places, they will be calling persons to access the details, asking the credit card details, bank details, OTP, like that, all those things. This is done with these are the phishing problems that we are having. Comes the ransomware. Next comes a ransomware. Okay, it is also a type of malware. Malware means the softwares that will be attacking our computer or infects our computers for malware, which access our computer. If this one malware is only going to infect our computer, and ransomware will be accessing our computer. Okay, so what happens is that it will automatically display a message that our computer has been logged and demands payment to grant access to the computer. Okay, that is it. It is our computer. We have purchased it. We are using it. But this ransomware creators will be giving you a message that your computers, they will lock our computer. They will lock our computer remotely and will ask for payment so that we can open the computer with their permission. This is what we call it as a ransomware. Okay. Then comes a spam. Spam I already mentioned. There is a sending useless information through the email. A bulk of useless information through the email is what you call it as a spam. Okay. So it is an unwanted junk emails. Okay, and what happens is that when these unwanted junk emails are being created, what happens? it will be creating much traffic in the internet network, and with this useless information, the traffic of the network will be burdened using the because of this spam. So burden the network with useless information. Okay, it is going to annoy us with this spam and all. Spyware, okay, collect our personal information without our knowledge. That is, if we have stored our bank details or your any other credit card details or any other personal details in our computer, what happens? The spyware will be able to access our personal information without our knowledge through the network. Trojan horse, okay, these are gets downloaded. These files get automatically downloaded and in our computer, okay, installed in our computer. It what happens is that and they will be automatically deleting our files without our knowledge. Our files will get deleted. That is a Trojan horse. Okay, now comes the viruses. Viruses means that these are the programs which are received through emails as attachment. Okay, maybe whenever you're opening an email, if you are not opening it from a trustworthy sources, what happens? It may contain viruses. So these programs will affect your computer. It can damage your data. It can delete your data. It can hang up your computer. Anything can happen. Okay, then comes the you can access your contacts also, and the last one we have to study in this case of threats in cyber world is the worms. Okay, uh, if viruses are coming as an attachment, these are not coming as an attachment. Okay, so what happens is that they will be damaging your internal network and impact the network as a no whole. The whole network means the entire networks will be damaged. The networking system will be damaged. Okay, so virus and worms is having only one difference. Virus comes as an attachment through files and emails, but here we don't have, it is not coming as a files or image, but it is going to damage our network and will be affecting the internet as a whole. So we studied about certain new terms and all, and you are familiar with most of it. Hacking, worms, virus and all, you are very much familiar with it. And if you are not familiar, just to read the textbook thoroughly and understand the concept. I know that these concepts are very much familiar with you. You people are living in a technology world, and you can make use of the terms associated with it very easily. You can connect one to another and understand the concepts very easily. Read the textbook thoroughly and study the new words and the spellings also. Okay, children, thank you very much.